I love the story. It's a story I didn't know about, and then read the book and was fascinated by it and the fact that it was a true story and one that I think a lot of people are unaware of. But the aesthetic of this film, we haven't seen horse-mounted cavalry charges since the First World War, and so to have modern warfare and weaponry and armor on horseback, I think is visually pretty stunning and unique. The film starts September 11, and with the towers being hit and the sort of the chaos that follows, and the uncertainty or the sort of the anxiety that erupted around the world and around America. And we start the film with my character at home with his family, seeing it on TV like a lot of the world did. And basically 3 weeks from there, where the Special Forces team that I'm the captain of land in Afghanistan. They're the first boots on the ground, and we're the response to the 9/11 attacks. I think, for Nelson, there was some sort of subconscious sense of duty, I suppose, that especially when 9/11 happened, that he thought, that could have been any of us, in those buildings or on that plane. That could have been my kid, my wife, my family. So it's my job to make sure that doesn't happen again. And so I think he very quickly justifies what he's doing and has a strong sense of, this is my job and this is what I got to do. And there is a scene in the movie where he does talk to his wife about that and says, "You were in New York 2 weeks ago, that could have been you." So I think there's sort of, that kind of slams it home for him. He commands, respect as soon as he walks into a room. Not him personally, but his energy. He so that's not hard to sort of follow him and kind of want to look up to him, and I welcome any sort of advice from him. It was awesome because none of us really knew each other. Some of the guys did. I certainly didn't, and so we had, I think, 3 weeks of military class where it was, as it sounds, we were in a room with a blackboard and a piece of chalk, listening to the experts kind of tell us about the Special Forces and about this particular mission and so on. And that was, invaluable. I think for also the being together and then doing that and then doing the weapons training and the physical training, the movement drills help cement us as a unit. I also had a great horse. My horse was incredibly calm and relaxed, and some of the guys weren't so lucky. Yeah, it was great. I think all of us kind of felt comfortable on the ground, weapons and so on as a unit. Then we got on the horses, and it sort of threw everything up in the air, but in a good way, because these guys were in that same situation. None of them knew what they were doing. And there was just such a excitement and passion about what we all could be a part of. And then his vision for it was very sort of, he wanted a very classic cinematic style to it, and wanted it to be beautiful and poetic, but feel like you're right at the center of it and as real as possible. And so it doesn't feel like sort of heightened reality. It feels truthful and shocking and abrupt and abrasive and all those things, and that's purely because of where he puts the camera and how he sets the scene.